Hello. Sorry, I was having some problems. Audio problems. I want to make sure we're good. Well, I didn't even check my voice. Lord, I hope the voice is good. What's up? We got some things to talk about. Back at it like a crack. What's up? What's up? Hopefully, did I go right to the right live stream? We're live here? Okay, good. We're at the live news. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Are you guys ready, man? There's some drama going on. Austin Metcalf's dad finally snapped. He's had enough. He's not doing it anymore. Not being pushed around, not being punked anymore. Because the priest, the family priest of Karmelo Anthony, he keeps digging at the dad. Keeps taking shots, pop shots. Won't stop. Crazy. All right. I think we're live everywhere. And here we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get started. If you guys could help me out with the like button. I don't think I have notifications still. I don't think I have notifications yet. We've been on all day today, multiple times today. And the latest thing now is this video we're going to watch by Dominique Alexander. Okay. And he made a video yesterday. And just looking at the caption, if you don't know the Austin Metcalf story, just leave. I'm just kidding. You should know. This is the boy that was stabbed, the man that was stabbed in Austin, Frisco, Texas, by Karmelo Anthony. It was this whole big thing that we've been covering. A lot of people have been covering. So anyway, he made this post and said, more than a week and a half ago, the Next Generation Action Network hosted a press conference at our headquarters to give support to the Anthony family. Since then, there has been a wave of misinformation, false claims spread online about what actually took place. Today, I want to clear that up. Here is a video of me personally explaining what really happened during the press conference, and I apologize for the delayed response. Our team has deeply engaged in current legislative action or session at the Texas House, and that has made it difficult to respond as quickly as we'd like, but the truth matters. And now I'm taking the time to lay out the facts. This was a private event held on private property designed to support Anthony family through a deeply difficult time. Unfortunately, the press conference was delayed over 40 minutes due to the uninvited arrival of Mr. Jeffrey Metcalf. So he's still crapping and pooping on the father. And the father's been pretty respectable and nice, and even attacked the white protest, and attacked multiple people. Let's not make it about race and blah, 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 and he's the one that keeps getting attacked the most. Isn't that crazy? Our staff, along with the plain clothes of Dallas police officers who were already at our headquarters for precautionary reasons, approached Mr. Metcalf several times and respectfully asked him to leave. He refused. In fact, we did not even know he was until a member of the media pointed him out. Once we realized who he was, we made additional requests for him to step out. Still, he refused. In the name of Jesus. It wasn't until uninformed officers were called that he chose, or uniformed? No, it says uninformed, that he chose to walk out on his own. Some have claimed he came to pray or in peace, but the reality is he ignored multiple requests, disrupted a private press event, and created a tense environment around an already sensitive matter. And while we understand the emotions run high, this is a pending criminal case and entirely inappropriate for any interaction between families to occur. being in pain does not give anyone the right to show up unannounced and refuse to respect the boundaries of a space that wasn't theirs. All right, we're going to watch the video, and then I'm going to I'm going to read the father's response, because he did reply, and he snapped. Race hustler, you, a couple of things. So you're disgusting, you're disgrace to the human race. The dad snapped.
We were receiving not only against the Anthony family's life, my life, the threats we were getting towards the organization. Dallas Police Department were placed outside of the facility about 10 a.m. That was even before any press got here, anybody got here, even our own security staff even got here. There were 2 plainclothes intelligence officers from DPD placed inside of the building. When Jeffrey Metcalf walked through the building, he walked past 2 plainclothes DPD officers. We didn't call the police on him. They were already here. We heard so many different gossip bloggers, YouTube, TikTok,
What you say?
Fox News, all of these people talking about, how could you be insensitive to the father? How could you tell him to leave? He's a victim. He's this, he's that. What you're missing, this press conference was not organized by him. This press conference wasn't about him. This press conference didn't invite him. It's a private facility. And yet, at the end of the day, it's a criminal case, y'all. It's literally inappropriate, not only ethically, but it's inappropriate for that family to interact. And we don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, I have to ensure that the safety of all of the parties are intact. Just someone showing up at our press conference, we can't just have that. We don't know what it is. But this whole notion that we just went after him and attacked him and just had this vendetta against this father who has lost his child. Look, I've lost a child. I'm 1 year later after burying my own son. I understand that pain, right? But I understand that pain. We didn't even know what was. That's the crazy part. All of these gossip bloggers and different people rush to do videos and do this. And I really don't care about what no one says about me. I really don't. I don't care about the racist pricks who want to say things about Dominique and say something about my past. I really, quite frankly, don't. If you personally know me, your attacks towards me only do one thing: boost my ego, right? The reality is I really, quite frankly, don't give a damn, right? So I just want you to truly understand that. So you attacking my post, you saying my name, you tagging me, you doing all this.
And I think he's talking directly to Sarah Fields, or at least one of the people he's talking about, because they've been going back and forth. They've been beefing, and she's been going in on him. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Please help me out with the like button. I have no notifications, no notification gang come through. I got to make you guys an emoji or something. No notification gang. Sign up to the mailing list. Okay. Sign up to the mailing list. Bypass the algorithm. All right. No notification day today so far. I've been on like 5 times maybe. I don't know.
That's really not going to help your cause, because I'm tried, tested, and proven, y'all.
You guys remember when I read that before in his tweet? I think it was a tweet or a message. I'm tried, I'm tested, and I'm proven.
Doing this over 10 years, yet saying things about me, man, you're gonna waste your time, your speak, your everything. Putting 45 minutes on Instagram or whatever you want to do to say that Dominique Alexander is the Antichrist. I wouldn't give 2 cahoots, right? Because you don't know me, you don't know anything about me, and yet trying to post my background or whatever it is. Let me say this real quick. I'm the first person to tell my own testimony. Nobody have to tell it for me. At the end of the day, I was the most talked about individual over the course of 10 years, right? So
I was the most talked about individual over the course of 10 years, motherfucker.
Trying to use a moment to yet come out and say stuff about my background that I've never hidden. Maybe y'all should do some research to see when my background was actually released. Maybe you should do a research and see how many times on social media I post my mug shots. You ain't got to tell that story. At the end of the day, there's more mug shots than what you actually posted, right? Let me make that very clear. So,
oh shit. Oh, so he said the 30, 40, 50, 60 mug shot, whatever it is. So I got more than that. You haven't even seen nothing yet. I got more mugshots than that. You thought you did your dig? You didn't dig enough.
Keep on digging. Do whatever you want to do. Just keep on saying it, whatever it may be. But it's not about that. At the end of the day, when we were trying to secure this facility and secure the press conference, I asked our security staff to keep a lane open straight to the podium so that the family can come in and go right back out. Let me say this. The Anthony family didn't even know that Austin's dad was even in the facility. They didn't know that Austin's dad was here until he was actually removed by DPD.
That's true.
One of our security people asked him to move back. He looked back at him like he was entitled or like he didn't have to move, whatever it may be. We didn't even know who he was at this time. We just asked him to step back. Then one of the members of the media told us that, hey, that's the dad. I said, the dad of who?
How are you guys not going to know who the dad is? Aren't you representing the family and a family spokesperson and the priest and minister and all this stuff for the family? How are you not going to know who the father is or what he looks like?
Who? What? He was like, yeah, that's Austin's dad. I said, I know you lying. Like, what? He can't be here. And so what we initiated is making sure that we secured the facility. Let me make this very clear. The Anthony family didn't even know he was here. But how do we know what he came here for? He didn't come and asked or come to us and said, he just stood there. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if we started the press conference, and I'm not accusing him of anything. We didn't know if he was going to pull out a gun. We didn't know what we didn't know. But at the end of the day, what we just wait and just say, oh man, just let's start the press conference. We didn't pat anybody down coming into the facility.
So he was going to shoot up the place.
We didn't look at everybody. We didn't know, y'all. But these YouTubers and TikTok and all these people started to rush to judgment. I'm being insensitive. I'm being this. I have a press conference with a whole media press corps in a family that I have to ensure the safety of. NGAN had at least 12 people on our security team that day. We could have removed him if we wanted to. We could have literally done that. But no, what we did was we tried, because of the sensitivity of the case, allow DPD to handle it. If anybody that was there, no, we didn't lack security, right? But where he came in and approached, we could not allow him to stay there. Not only outside of the fact that this is a current pending criminal case, right? And the press conference was about the Anthony family and their use of funds. The funds that they have not even received yet at that time. So it wasn't really about the particulars of the case. It was about these false narratives that came out about how they were using their fund. That's it. It was talking about Karmelo's school. Whether he'll be able to graduate. It was talking about the threats to their home. It had nothing to do with the particulars of the actual case. What went under the tent? What did this on this rainy day? What's this? What's that? It has nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with what the Anthony family, the mom, the dad, the siblings were experiencing. And so, yes, We asked for him to be removed, not only for just our safety, but also his safety too as well. We don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, what do? Wait until something happens and then stand in front of a camera and say, man, I'm sorry. I hired 12 people to be on the security that day. But you know, when it came to security, I didn't let them secure. I didn't let them do their job. That's what I'm supposed to do? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. This was not an attack on him, but we felt it was very disrespectful on how he came about it, and how we, even before you even knew it was a thing, we were asking him repeatedly to leave. And literally, he wouldn't even talk. He wouldn't even say anything. He felt like he could just stand there. That's not right. It was very upsetting to me. It's not right. Because if you're coming here for, I heard somebody say he was coming there for prayer. He was coming there to come and hug. Well, that wasn't the spirit that we got. There were more than 12, 15 people. Even the media came and approached him. Even DPD plainclothes officers approached him before the uniform officers even arrived. So at the end of the day, we felt like he was coming in peace. Well, that's a hell of a way of coming in peace. By when someone's approaching you and asking you to step back because you're in a secure lane, they don't even know who you is. You could have been a person of CBS 11 or anything. If he would have just stepped back with the when the security asked him to, hell, the media probably wouldn't even notice that he was there. It was because of the confrontation of the security person telling him to move back that the media even noticed him, because he had shades and a sling that they have never saw him in. I don't know this man. I've never saw him a day in my life. So I didn't point him out and say, oh, he got to go. I didn't even know who he was. And so this rush to judgment, these attacks on our organization, the attacks on me or whatever it may be, man, keep them going, right? I'm built for that, okay? I'm ready for it. I really don't care. We are here for a moment. We will continue to speak truth to power where it's needed. Anybody trying to come or shoot shots at me, bring them, baby, because I promise you I can stand on mine. 10 toes down, I can stand on mine. I've been doing it for the last 11 years, being the most talked about organization, individual in this.
I think his ego is definitely up there.
10 years in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. I've traveled across this country. I have wins, bona fides, have stood for so many different families when they couldn't even speak for themselves. This is not the first national case. NGAN was the organizer of the McKinney Pool Party incident in 2015. We brought over 25,000 people to McKinney, Texas. That's the largest protest in that city's history. In 2015, more than 10 years. We didn't start on this just yesterday. We didn't just arrive as an organization just yesterday. We've been here. Just do your research. And guess what? If you want to
took off the glasses.
Take your time out and try to tell my story, all I'm going to say, me, Minister Dominique Alexander, is you don't have to tell my story. I'll tell it myself. I am the best person to tell my
What was that? What that song came out of?
Story. I'll tell it myself. I am the best person to tell my
I don't know what that was.
Life story. Because my testimony is my testimony.
Okay.
I can always tell my testimony better than anybody. I know where I've come from. I know how far I've come. I know my background, but it is in my future.
Follow us, Next Gen Action. So this happened, right? All that to get to this. So the father, Metcalf. Please don't do that weird stuff. Okay. Oh, it's trying to play the bottom. Where's the comments at? How do I reply? Comments. There you go. Comments. Okay, so Metcalf, the father, Austin Metcalf's dad, replied, "At least get your story factual I was never asked to leave by anyone or refused to leave when asked. I only left peacefully after the first time I was asked to leave. You don't have the intestinal fortitude to even look me in the eye, but will gaslight me after I'm gone. Your rap sheet speaks volumes of your character. Who is the true victim here? My dead son? You are a race hustler looking for your 15 minutes of fame to plug your company on your infomercial called the press conference. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
You couldn't even pronounce his name correctly. You are a disgrace to the human race. Oh! I felt that. So there's 400 something replies under here, comments and stuff, people going back. He replied back, the minister posting my timeline, on my timeline tells the world how unhinged you are coming on this post. Lying that no one asked you to leave before uniformed officers approached you is ridiculous. I want you to remember that this is a facility of several cameras. I hope you seriously will not stick to this lie, dude. I've been working in this field for more than 11 years. You can talk about my rap sheet all you want. No one cares. And I don't care about pronouncing his name right. That's not important to me. Damn, this dude is... He said, I don't give a ish about pronouncing a name. He replied back, you can't even speak the truth. Father wrote back, and he replied back, dude, I don't know where your sense of entitlement comes from. The entitled one, talk about your sense of entitlement, right? The guy, you know, the minister, talk about, I don't know where your sense of entitlement comes from. What sense of entitlement? His son's dead. You've been shitting on this guy for days and weeks. And Jeff has been playing nice, I think, all this time. Now he's had it. But just keep on posting. Let the world see how unhinged you are. Let the world see. Hunter can't be either. Why ain't you put him back in the cameras? The whole world he saw been coached by his mammy. I guess that was it. That was the interaction back and forth. And then a bunch of people commenting under, hundreds of people. They do, and I said this a long time ago, the Karmelo Anthony family should distance themselves. This guy's not a good look for them, for whatever, even for the trial or whatever, the representative. So, let me see something. Was there more replies there? He replied again. Jeff Metcalf. Also, maybe I should show the world how you came to visit the dad's job days later. You are harassing this family, trying to play victim. Dude, you should stop. And then he came and could tag it again. He replied again. There's a lot that can be said and a lot of information we could be putting out, but we're trying to respect the process. I would stop if I were you. And he did this during the press conference, and he did this before too, where he's making these insinuations that there's all this stuff we have. And he's been doing these threats. Don't make us drop it. Don't make us put this out. We have info on you. Wow. Don't make me do it. Go ahead, drop it, motherfucker. Put the video out there or whatever else you're talking about dropping. Jeff, you did what was right. Prove that when someone is asked to leave, they can do it peacefully. So it looks like to me there's hundreds of comments. The dad replied like twice, and this guy replied a couple of times after. You could tell he was pissed off. You know how you say one thing, you tweet one thing, whatever, and then the same person's like replying to themselves multiple times and shit after you've already gone and left. That's crazy though, man. That is crazy. Isn't there a way for me to put this on the big screen? Comments. There's usually a way to open it up, the comments on a bigger screen. I guess that's how it opens up, because it's a live stream. Yeah, he replied to himself multiple times. Oh, he did. No, Jeff did reply. He did reply. There's some replies that we missed. Let me get it maybe on the bigger screen. He replied. Okay, so Jeff replied under Dominique and said about what the whole "don't make me put the show that you visited the father." Jeff replied back, "Why don't we just meet in person and have a civil conversation, just you and me? You mad enough?" And he said, "Really? Wow, good day, sir." And then Jeff replied back, "Didn't think you could face me." Oh my gosh, this drama for your mama. Wow. Too much, man. Too much. Too much. Shiloh. Let me check real quick again. Let's check the gifts angle. Where's Shiloh at now? 670,000. Okay, she's cruising up to 700,000. All right, I guess that's it. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, a little update with that story. Check out all the live streams we've covered today, because we covered a lot of stuff today so far. You can go on my YouTube page, or you can go on ickandmel.com. You can scroll there and see all the way at the bottom what we've covered today and last night. Security guard, the major police response, the mass shooting. That was crazy. The mass shooting, father's revenge, was really crazy too. Covered that last night. Last night, late, mass shooter. We updated the mass shooter this morning. There was a little mini press conference. There was a manhunt happening today. This guy was wanted for murder. We'll have to check up on that later, see if they do another live feed. He was on the run. 3 teens shot. One's like blind apparently now. Covered that earlier. The beer truck, not the beer truck. A beer truck flipped over and a bunch of beer and shit fell. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And the live stream we just did now. You can even click on this right there. Hey. Damn, look at that. Look at that. Did that earlier. The beer truck. Not got everything right there, man. It was just crazy. Where did we do this crazy fire at? Yeah. There's that fire too, the other fire. Oh, this was crazy. So I didn't get to do a separate live on this, but this was this morning. This was a truck that was on fire. That was crazy. I wanted to see that too. So yeah, check out the website and do me a favor and sign up to the mailing list. Sign up to the mail list. Put your email address on there. You get notifications every time I'm live. I need to grow that list. All right. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Love you. Bye. Bloop, bloop, bloop. See you probably in 5 minutes. Bloop, 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 bloop.